bruising, but more down the middle of the surface. So as a batter, I think you look down at that, and we've seen some balls starting to rise. It's day 2. The game has moved on quite extensively and quite quickly. I think as we move into day 2, the batters need to be extremely watchful. The bowlers have enough in this surface, but for a batter, take your chances when you have an opportunity to score.
Well, we'll be having some crowd walking in later in the day. The weather's quite good, slightly warmer than yesterday, but as the day passes by, of course, it being winters, the temperatures do drop. Discussions are important. Shanto and the senior men in their squad must have had a chat over what went wrong yesterday and what can they do better today in order to bring themselves back into the game. So they have to make sure that they do not allow Zimbabwe with a very healthy lead, and when they come around to bat second, they have things sorted out. Rashid Riaz and Alauddin Palekar, the on-field umpires, they've had a good first day, and now all is set. We'll have Innocent Kaiya along with Brendan Taylor coming out. Langton Rasere, the TV umpire, David Gilbert, the match referee. Good morning to all of them. And good morning to Ed Rainsford, who's alongside me. Ed, this first hour will test Kaiya and Taylor. If they can pass this through, Zimbabwe is looking to have a good lead.
Morning, Sekunda. Morning, everybody. Yeah, spot on. I think this first 30 minutes to an hour is going to be quite challenging, because you expect this group of players right now on your screen to have had a conversation, and tough conversations, about how they can improve with the ball today. And so you expect Bangladesh on day number 2, as they do their international players, to improve on what they didn't quite do well yesterday. And so for these 2 openers from Zimbabwe, they're going to have to be extremely watchful, resolute. And as you say, if they're able to weather that storm, they can definitely start building an important lead.
Well, at the moment, Zimbabwe have done very well to have that trail reduced to just 4 runs, which means that they have the full day available to pile runs on. It was all seamers for Zimbabwe who put those 10 wickets, but we did see Taijul Islam in operation yesterday quite early, and he will have a say later on as the days progress into this test match. For Zimbabwe and their squad, they must have had a good night's sleep. They know that they've done well. It's all about being consistent. It's all about carrying on from where you left off, and Innocent Kaiya would be looking to do that. He's surpassed his career best in test match cricket, which was 67 runs, and now he's got himself into the 70s, and one should, as a test opener, look to multiply and have those small landmarks, get to the 80s, and then so on, get to the 3 figures, and the hunger shouldn't die, because he's very important for the side. He's well set, he's got his eye in, and he'll be looking to see off this first half an hour and then make sure that he gets Zimbabwe into a strong position. As far as Brendan is concerned, he's also played a very important role. He's understood what's required of him in this partnership. You may not have seen him scoring as quick as Kaiya, but that was required. He anchored one end and made sure that they don't lose more than 1. Khalid will be starting the proceedings. He's the one who's got that lone wicket. He'll be bowling from our end, from where we are. It's right arm over. Day 2 action. Kaiya on strike. Good shout, but there are 2 sounds.
Bringing the stumps into play straight away, and it's a shot that he played pretty well yesterday, Innocent Kaiya, but it's also a shot that can get you into a little bit of trouble. Just look at how he maybe just closes the face and goes across it.
That is one thing they need to be very careful of. Cannot go the leg stump line. This first half an hour, as it's important for Kaiya and Taylor, it's important for Bangladesh. They need to cash it out.
we saw this early on by the Zimbabwean bowlers where they got a little bit too straight, and with the excess movement off the surface and through the air, it just carries on down the leg side. And so even the LBW becomes a non-entity for Bangladesh. So I think for them, they need to just start it maybe just on fourth stump and hope it finishes on the stumps.
They've done some homework about Kaia now. We saw him playing quite a few shots square of the wicket, behind the square on the offside, which is why they have got 2 slips and a little wide sort of fourth slip there, because that's the region a lot of runs have been scored by Kaia. He likes to be on that back foot, is pretty strong on that, and he's been cashing out on that region. So he's trying, Shanto, to plug that. So he's just got that fourth slip, a little spaced out from the rest of the guys. And also a deep point to plug that boundary, because the scoring rate was pretty heavy last evening. Shanto and his men couldn't stop Zimbabwe scoring less than 4.5. And that was a very good pace, which helped them get rid of that first innings, almost first innings lead. Slightly lower than he expected.
Yeah, so that is a first little bit of movement off maybe an indentation, a little bit of bruising, which I spoke about at the pitch report, because this does come back sharply. And there you go. And so for a batter, you just got to put that behind you. For a bowler, go again at that particular length, because as much as that one came back, if he hits the other side of it, then it goes away and maybe finds the outside edge.
Or the way Kaia plays off the back foot can chop it on.
No.
Barring the one that went down the leg side, Khalid here has made him play almost every delivery. I will just draw a little bit of attention to maybe the field set, which I felt that Bangladesh just allowed Zimbabwe to rotate strike. I'm not really pleased with that deep backward point, because it's a strength of theirs, right? Yes, as much as you'll score through that region, but as a bowler, you've got to give yourself the best opportunity to line up one particular batter for a long period of time.
End of the first over of the day's play. 136 for 1.